Hey guys, Mr.BeetleBum here, and wow, am I ever excited. This is the first time I'm going to be able to make a replay slash review video about a tank that's not even in the game yet. This tank will be coming in Winter Ops right around the corner from now, and it will be in the large loot boxes. It's a Tier 8 Premium Heavy tank from Sweden, and I know there's a lot of videos out there going on this thing. I wanted to give you my honest opinion as to what I think about it, and as a special bonus, you're going to get a replay from a match of mine where I was lucky enough to get into a match with Tragic Loss and Commander AF. Stick around. Okay, guys, so this is the Tornvagn. The Tornvagn. Interesting name. But anyways, the Tornvagn is a Tier 8 Premium Heavy from Sweden, and it will be in our loot boxes coming this Winter Ops, which is just happening in how many hours from now? So anyways, as I was just luckily given this position of a community contributor within North America, I was able to receive this tank in my garage and get to play it and get to try it out. Now, just so you know, this tank for myself, because I'm a CC, not a partnered CC, which is totally fine. Baby steps, baby steps. This means that I will not be able to use any field modifications on this tank, okay? So in other words, I have the equipment that you see here, I have the crew that you see up there, but I can't tweak it by adding field modifications to it, which you'll see a lot of times, you know, in other streamers who are, you know, full-time partnered CCs. They'll be able to get in there because when they get it, they can actually tweak everything. Whereas with myself, it's just kind of like a rental tank, so to say. Okay, that being taken care of, let me talk about the tank. Okay, I know it gets a lot of grief out there right now. Everybody, all the big guys, you know, Des Games, Quickie Baby, Skill for Lithuania, yada yada yada, awesome epic book guys, and all that stuff. Everybody's got their video out already about it, and I watched them. I watched all of them, and I gotta say, most people, I mean, Quickie Baby's really not liking this tank. He thinks it shouldn't even be in the game because of its hold down ability and how he calls it OP and how great it is. And yeah, I'm not gonna argue with him. It's pretty damn good when you get it hold down. I like Des Games the best. I like his take on it. He did a whole review, and I think it was like less than 2 minutes. Or just over 2 minutes, something like that. And, you know, basically what he says is, okay, the turret is strong as hell with hardly any weak spots. If you get caught out, you're super slow, you got no mobility, and your armor's useless once you, you know, reveal your lower plate and your sides and everything. It's going to have good penetration. It's going to be able to do good damage. And it's a Ridge Warrior because it's got 10% gun depression. Yeah, I'd say that about takes care of everything right there. But in all honesty, the armor on this thing is just crazy. Just crazy. If you were to look at this turret straight on, I mean, there's no weak spots. I mean, you can get overmatched by a tier 10, sure. But even then, they're going to have problems. If you are only showing like from here up, and all you see is this turret and the gun poking over a ridge at you, it's going to be tough to take care of it. It really is. You got to call in the Artie, man. And you see, Artie love is good. It's good to have Arties in your team because the Arties can take care of this no problem because it's easy to penetrate because it's so flat. But if there is no Artie on your team, like a lot of games right now, there are no Arties, I find. Then you're going to have to start thinking about other things if you've come, you know, up against one of these. Now, this plate right here has great armor. You know, you would think that angle is not that good, but it's thick. So it is nice. Again, don't get me wrong, you know, tier 9s, you can be able to pen it. The gold slingers might be able to get through there. But if you can Just show as minimal amount as that. You're going to be doing great. The lower plate, of course, you can pen, although it is actually very strong when it's angled. Extremely strong. The weak spots for the armor actually are right here, as we expected. It tends to always have, the little weak spots over on the fender, so to say, right here. If you can angle in, it's even better. That's probably where you want to shoot for if you see this thing and there's, if he's got a little bit of his upper plate here showing, he's probably going to be showing the cheeks, or if you want it, not the cheeks, but the fenders. So this is where you're going to want to shoot there, or if you can try to get into this little viewport here, well, if you're that good on the accuracy, then go for it. The mobility on this tank is not good. That's why I have a turbo. I have vents, turbo, and a rammer. The gun loading time is 12.4, okay, and that's with the rammer, the bonds rammer, that gives a 13.5% increase. Okay, yes, I could put food in there. Yes, I could put directives, but the rammer for myself, that's good enough. The turbo, you need it. Yeah, it's without this, it's pitiful. Getting somewhere, it's just so slow. Let's see, where's the mobility? What is our speed with the turbo? Okay, it's 36 kilometers forward. So you definitely want to get that. Some people would say, okay, well, why don't you have vert stabs? Because Quickie Baby was pointing out how, you're not going to be able to do much on the run with this. Well, actually, as he showed in this video, the only thing wrong with it really is when it's moving over bad terrain or whatever. The actual numbers for shooting while moving are actually very, very low and very good. As you can see up there, fully moving on El Haluf, a light tank's peeking over the ridge, and yeah, we barely slow down, take a shot, and tag it. This happens so many times. So really, I didn't find the need for it. That's why I decided to go with vents instead of of probably one of the most popular pieces of equipment for heavies and mediums, I find. So this is my build out right now. Doesn't mean you have to use it, but that's what that's what I found to work pretty good. Back to the armor and how great this thing is. Guys, when you get hauled down on this thing, this is crazy. I'm going to show you a little clip over here up in the corner of one match that I had last night with a couple platoon mates. And as the top tier, I decided, okay, I got to go into town. Because it really depends how... If you're top tier, play it like a heavy. As long as you know where you're going, it's going to be able to cover your lower plate. That's the key thing. You got to figure out where you're going to go so that you can cover your lower plate and hold down, and then you should be pretty good. Well, as you're seeing, I drove out to the middle of the town, found the rubble, the broken rocks, which would cover my lower plate, and just held the flank the whole way through until they crumbled. And we just pushed over the bridge and won the match. I mean, it's just that strong when it's hauled down. It's crazy. Is it going to be a tank that's going to snipe? The first thing people think, oh, well, it's slow. It's probably going to end up being one of these sniping tanks because Wargaming's brought out so many sniping mediums lately. You can do some shots from a distance, but the velocity really lowers when you start shooting from a distance, and the aim and everything, everything kind of gets affected when you're shooting from a distance. I would definitely recommend playing this as it should, as a heavy tank that can get hauled down, that can maintain and hold a flank. Remember, it's slow, so you need a partner in crime if you're going to hold down a flank. The ideal situation is when there's that's getting looked at by all the enemy, and you got a couple players behind you that are supporting you. Thank you very much. Tragic loss. A little spoiler there for what's coming up. And if you do have the support that they can't flank you, that's when you become Superman in this tank, because you can just hold the flank down. Now, Quickie Baby mentioned that, that's boring. And I get it. I get it, guys. I know a lot of you guys out there, the aggressive players. I know you. You're in my streams all the time, playing with us, or coming to kill me. M1 Daniel, Quickie Baby Wannabe. I'm looking at all you guys. There's a bunch of you. I shouldn't have said that because now I'm going to feel bad for not mentioning other people. But anyways, you guys are really aggressive players. You're really good high win 8 Unicum players. You're aggressive, and you want to be doing damage constantly because, you're partially focused on win 8. This tank is not for you. It's that simple, guys. If you have to be go, damage, this probably isn't going to be the tank for you. Kind of like the Alto Proto. It's not a high damage dealing tank, but man, can you ever do a lot for your team and help get the win. This is a very similar tank in a way, guys, although it's a heavy. But because if you can get into the right positions and hold down and hold off a flank, you can really turn the tide. Yes, Quickie Baby mentioned how you're sitting in a position and you can't do anything about the other flank as they fall, and you just watch that, and then you just hold your flank. Yes, you hold your flank, but eventually you lose. I think that's kind of unfair. I personally think, I'm not trying to attack Quickie Baby, by the way. The kid's awesome, man. And he makes it, very valid points and everything. But that point isn't really a point. That gets more into personal preferences and opinion of, his game style, how it doesn't work for him. And I think that's what he was trying to convey. So if that is yeah, you're right. It's not going to work. But the reality is I can be in almost any tank and be on one flank and watch the other flank fall apart. That's out of your, your ability to control. Unless you're in some real super fast tank and that you can just fly from flank to flank and then pound out the damage, Auto Proto, then that doesn't really come into as a big deal or anything. So, anyways, if you want a tank that's gonna be able to hold down and you're just gonna be able to laugh as they ding 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 and your block damage just goes through the roof as they're just bouncing off of your gun and your turret, this tank might be for you. So armor, like I said, strong. The turret is so strong. By the way, if you're on a bit of a decline, your rear end of the top plate, this whole part, this side, all this, that will actually show, and that's an easy pen. So you don't want to be going down. If anything, you want to be going up and try to cover the lower plate. Okay, 10 degrees of gun depression, use them. And just remember, if you're lower, they're going to be able to. It's still going to be really hard to pen the top of the turret, but they will be able to shoot the back there. Okay, so just remember that, guys. Side scraping, this isn't a side scraping tank. You can do it a little bit, get some lucky ones, but I mean, the reality is you just want to point at who's shooting at you and keep your hull, underneath here. This tank is just one of those tanks where you really have to know your strengths and weaknesses. I talk about that a lot, and this is one of them. As long as you're aware of your strengths and weaknesses, then you're going to be able to do really good in this. Is it a boring tank? I can't say that. I had fun playing this tank. Right now, as it stands, I'm at 57% win rate in this. Having an absolute blast. I feel sorry for the guys who are just bouncing stuff off me. And you can actually, in the game, you're going to see I have a VK that's just yeah, you know what, fuck it. And the guy shows me his belly at the end just out of I give up. He bounced so many shots off of me, and I could just imagine. If you are coming against this thing, guys, like I said, you can shoot. If they're facing down at all, you're going to be able to shoot the back. The sides are super weak, turret and body, okay? The lower plate is pretty weak, although when angled properly, unless if you're a higher tier, you're probably going to have a problem with it. So what do you do if you face this thing, Mr.BeetleBum? It's really simple. You have to have speed. You have to flank it. You have to just get in tight with it and just go around it. Because once you get in, it's going to be like the T-95, the AT tank destroyers, all those slow-moving tanks. That's what this is like. It's very cumbersome once you have something that's got to you. You got it. That's why I said you have to have support with you to maintain the dominance of whatever ridgeline or whatever area you are trying to hold. But if you can do that, So with that being said, I have a tasty little treat for you. As I teased about at the very beginning, I was watching World of Tanks North America's stream last night on Twitch, and they always do the countdowns. I thought, try to get in one. Sure enough, first match I tried getting into, I got lucky and got onto the team that had Commander AF and Tragic Loss on it. So why don't we take a look and see how it worked out. All right, guys, so here we are. We're on Sand River. Like I said, I got queued in with Tragic Loss and Commander AF, and right there is their platoon mate. We're going to see him later in the WZ, right? Later on in the video. So anyways, yeah, we got Tragic Loss in the Lorraine 40T. We got Commander AF in the M46 KR, the one with the claws on the bumpers. And Mr.BeetleBum, why do you have a speedometer? Well, that's to show you guys how slow this tank is. Now, remember I was talking about how Quickie Baby said this tank's not going to be too good at shooting on the run? And then I showed you an LHAL of how, yeah, you can. Well, watch this LT-432. Pesky little guy. We're going to shoot him. You're going to see the white shell just go over the top of his turret. Really close. Check this out right here. Oh, it hurts every time I see that, man. Like, just over top, man. But anyways, yeah, sometimes with stats in Wargaming, or sorry, with World of Tanks, they're not quite as good as they say they are, or they're better than they say they are. The Barascus Concealment, for example. Yes, it's sneaky, but boy, oh boy, we didn't realize how sneaky it was until we played it. I'm thinking this one's going to be a little bit better for the gunfires on the move and all that. Anyways, BAM52, the man in the IS-5 right here. Tragic Loss had said help. Bam said, I'm here for you. Tragic Loss said thank you. And right away I know what's going to happen here is Banff is in the IS-5 is going to end up going to where I want to go, the choke point, which is right there on the ridge line. So what we're going to do here is we're basically going to cover it and force these guys to stay back. Okay? In other words, I'm not focusing on damage. You might say, well, why aren't you shooting? Why aren't you shooting here? Two things. First of all, is I want to keep them from pushing forward when he moves up. And you notice the topography here? I'm keeping it so there's no way they can see my lower plate, and they can barely see any of my upper plate. Now, there you go. The IS-5's moving up, and I could be shooting at these guys, but once I shoot at them, they can push forward and shoot at the IS-5. So all I'm doing is sitting here going, come on. Come on. Shoot me. And that's it. And there you go. The IS-5 is now over. He's on the other side. You can see him right there coming up. So now I know, okay, now I can move up. So again, that's the reason why I'm not shooting. It's so that he could move into a safe position. That's a little, you know, advanced strategy, whatever. And oh, the PZ-58 Moots hits me for 29 hit points. Not much. See what I did there? So anyways, we were pulling up beside the IS-5 here. We're gonna try to get into, you know, the position. So, you know, we can take turns poking out and all that kind of stuff. And again, it's really about trying to, you know, keep these guys at bay, lock them down, lock the flank down, let Tragic get some shots in here. You know, she's moving right now, and I'm sure she's moving because the advantage point where she was probably wasn't quite as good. And now we got a Basante and a Scent down below. Now, I wish I could have communicated to him. Oh, another 360 bounce, and we damaged them. I wish I could have told him not to rush as early as you're about to see, because, yeah, it was a little premature. But anyway, so we got the tanks coming at us. Banff is doing pretty good. He's taking a couple shots. Right there, Renegade gets shot gets absorbed by our tracks. The VK, yet again, another 320 blocked. Another 320 right there. Banff ends up taking out the T-44-100. And then, yeah, that happens. Sorry there, Banff. You meant well. You're doing good. And oof. Yeah, that's what you wrote in chat. Now the Basante's pushing. And like I said, I'm moving the tank, trying to make it, you know, get in a better position for me to do some blocking here. As you're about to see, it does work. And then we're engaging. I really wish I could have told him, like, hey, wait. The VK right away there. He turns around to go help. Boom, right in the side. 417 damage. in the side of the turret. Now I'm going to focus on the T69. Going to try to get him to whiff on a shot here. One. Nope. Another. Nope. One more. Ah, there it is. T40 block. Boom. And another 405 damage. Oh, wait. There's an Emil here. But Commander AF, what are you doing? Oh, no. The Emil's not looking at you. Thank goodness. He's looking at me. You get your shots in. I block his damage. We throw a shot down there. Don't quite get it, but who cares? Commander AF gets to get away without getting damaged. And this is what she says.
You gotta get out of there. Mr. BeetleBum, I don't know, the two of you, I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't like it.
I like that. I like that. I like that. That was so funny when I heard that on the stream. So anyways, we got the tanks here. They're coming at me, and then I do like what Tragic Loss ended up saying.
I think BeetleBum is doing a pretty solid job at holding where he's holding, because like he's got all his health, and we only got 2 people left over there.
There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So the T69 gets away with a lucky bounce. The VK's like, screw this. He just bounced an R320, shows me his belly. I'm like, thank you. You show me your belly, I'll shoot you in the belly every time. The Renegade, he's got hardly anything left. I just got to get one shot on him. Ooh, the LT-432 is starting to come at me. So we're going to come down here. We're going to smoke him in one shot. Wah, wah, wah. It bounces off his boat hull. What can we say? So we just wait for the reload, and we go for his turret ring, as you're going to see here. Meanwhile, the LT-432 is still pestering here and shooting me. And that's okay. I know he's going to get taken care of. Another 360 blocked. Now we're up to 2,320 block damage on this thing. It's just crazy. And that's when I heard Tragic Loss say this.
Like I said, BeetleBum was doing a solid job.
BeetleBum?
He carried us for sure this match, I feel. That's my thoughts, and I'm sticking to it.
I don't want to, I didn't carry this. I knew the strengths and weaknesses of the tank, and I used the strengths to my advantage. Another 240 damage blocked, and that right there, that shot he just took, that's going to cause him his demise, because he's now got 2 shells and his reload's going. And remember I told you about the WZ Boomerman, Tragic, and Commander AF's platoon mate? I'm like, mine. He's like, negative. And he's going for it. So boom, Progetto, one shot. He's only got one left. Boom. Now, if he had that third one, he probably would have been able to take out Bomberman, but no, he didn't. So that's it, man. Bye, Progetto. Now, I had a blast playing this tank. It was great playing with Commander AF and Tragic. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you for the kind words. But really, what can I say about this tank, man? It's fun. If you're an aggressive player, you're not going to like it. If you enjoy holding down a flank, supporting your team a lot, and just giggling every time you get a ricochet for 300 or whatever, then this tank might just be for you. It's coming out shortly. So guys, that's it, man. If you like the video, thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. That really, 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 if you give it the likes, that really helps get the video into rotation. If you don't, wah, wah, wah. Oh, well. And if you want to check us out live, come over to Twitch. Watch us, talk to us, ask questions. That's what it's all about. So, guys, I'm Mr. BeetleBum. Have fun playing this fucking awesome game. And till the next time, I'm Mr. BeetleBum. And I'm out.